Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Many people we hear quoting that Guru Nanak Devji Pachaji's path that they've laid out for us. This way of life of Sikhi is to remain fully integrated into society, to live a householder's way of life and not running away from anything and not having to renounce anything and being fully a part of society and family and work and everything else and working hard and, you know, making a beautiful house. This is, a lot of people give emphasis on this, and this is what Guru Nanak Devji Pachaji's path is about. But what is it that Guru Nanak Devji has actually said? Has Guru Nanak Devji actually given us these open doors to go anywhere, to be a part of anything, and it doesn't matter what type of place it is, and it doesn't matter what is going on there, what kind of people are there, what kind of conversations are taking place there, what kind of dress people are wearing, the way people are dressed. Is that what it really meant to be integrated into society and live a householder's way of life? There's a pankti within Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and it says that Frida Jungle, Jungle kya bhav hai. It says, why are you wandering around in the jungle? Frida Jungle, Jungle kya bhav hai. Van kanda mode, where within this jungle there is kande, there is thorns, and then there's the vana as well. Within this forest, van kanda mode, and these thorns are there and they're going through you. Meaning that, why are you having to put yourself through so much and going and walking through this jungle? Why are you having to give up everything? This is what, when Vasi Rab Hiyaliye, when that God actually exists within your heart, Vasi Rab Hiyaliye, and this is that jungle kya toonde hai, that why are you actually searching in a jungle and having to give everything up when you could have just sat in your own house, you could have sat amongst society, because God had been sitting in your heart all that time and you didn't actually have to give up anything and come and renounce life and be in the jungles. So what happens is, sometimes we get a little bit too comfortable with this idea. So then we start using this and we start saying, so Guru Nanak Dev Ji hasn't told us that we can't be amongst society. And you know what? We end up listing underneath that as being amongst society. We start then listing things like being a part of family functions. And when I say being a part of family functions, I mean when we get invited to, maybe it might be a birthday party within a hall, might be a wedding party within a hall. There's nothing wrong with the hall itself. It's about what's happening in that hall. And in that hall, there could be music being played. And again, what's wrong with music? But then what about the lyrics that go with that music? Those lyrics might be completely contradictory to what our Guru's message is. Those lyrics might be full of promoting caste, having pride on your caste. That could be completely promoting a type of diet that is contradictory to the Guru's way of living and eating. It could be contradictory towards the way we should be dressed, what we should be wearing, and then Sangat Ji, what we should be consuming and drinking as well. So there might be, those songs might be promoting alcohol, those songs might be promoting lust, might be promoting actually, you know, going out there and forming relationships even before marriage. But we say no, but Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji didn't say, and please don't take this to be a negative video, but we're just looking at what it actually means. What did Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji mean? That you don't have to run away from society, you don't have to go and sit in a jungle. And what does it actually mean to be integrated into society? That's what we need to look at. And then Sangat Ji, those songs could be promoting things like relationships. Is that really okay to allow those things to be going into this vessel, into our body, going through these ears and be looking at those things? We're struggling anyway. Just generally in life, we could be driving down the road because we need to get somewhere. It's a part of life. We need to get to work, and it might be difficult as it is to keep these eyes restrained and not look upon the beauty of another woman, not look at that other gender in a lustful way. Pachaji, yes, they talk about those people that partriya roop na pekhe netar, that they don't allow their eyes to look upon the beauty of another. But what we don't forget is Guru Nanak Dev Ji there, in the form of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachaji in Sukhmani Sahib, they're talking about those that, who? They're talking about those very rare people that Indri Jit, that have won over their senses, that have won over the strength, over what they allow their eyes to look at, because now they've restrained their mind. That Indri Jit Panch Dokte Rahat, because the Panch Chor, they don't have that lustful thought even enter their mind for even one little moment. But Sangat Ji, those Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji said, they said that Nanak court means millions. It's plural here, millions, not even a million, millions. Nanak, Guru Arjan Dev Ji saying, Nanak court made means amongst, in the midst of millions. Nanak court made ko aisa a purse. Purse means to touch up, purse means those that are untouched. They said those are very few in the midst amongst millions. And I know that I'm not one of those that fall into that category. That is where Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji is talking about, for me to be in the midst and amongst those millions of where I'm that rare one. But instead, Sangat Ji, most of us in that category, but we are in that category where we need to save ourselves, and we do get affected, and people say, Chal, koi nahi karna hi penda ya, jana hi penda, we have to go, it's our family, it's your brother's daughter's wedding, it's your sister's wedding. But Sangat Ji, we're struggling anyway. We're trying not to get burnt by lust. We're trying not to get burnt by all these things, the temptation of alcohol. And people say, no, it doesn't affect me. Does that mean we're actually saying we are amongst that million where we're untouched? How do we actually know what we're touched and not touched by? It's only a sant. But most of us, Kabir Ji saying, it says, Kabir Saakt Sang na kijiye. They said, don't do sangat, don't associate yourselves with those that are actually faithless. And remember, don't associate yourself with those that are faithless is not judging those people that may not be God conscious. It's not judging those people that aren't trying to walk this path of righteousness and spirituality and obtain and take a Guru's happiness and try to obtain that union with Akal Purkh Vaheguru Ji. We're not judging them. We're making a realistic judgment upon ourselves. Nanak parkhe aap ko ta parkh jaan. Pachi saying that we then make that judgment on ourselves. Then we're known to be a judge. We're saying that I'm being realistic, that even though consciously I might not be getting affected, because at that moment I don't feel like drinking that alcohol. At that moment I might not be looking at someone lustfully. But Sangat Ji, do remember, just before we go on, this goes for not only family birthday parties, for whether it be weddings and where there is alcohol there sitting on that table in front of your face and people drinking and that becoming out of control of their senses, and then you and us being amongst them and them being a part of that. And this isn't only being amongst that place, but this is when we have the pressure in workplaces as well, whether it be a Christmas do because our manager is going to be there as well, and then whether it be a do when at work when somebody's leaving work, whether it be a prom at school that we feel that we have to attend, and then whether it be where the friends are getting together at university for a night out and we feel that we have to be a part of that, celebrating somebody's birthday in that way, or because we've all passed our exams or something. Remember, the rule is the same no matter what situation it is, whether it be pressure at work because you might think now you're going to be judged and you're going to be treated differently by your own manager, but this is that path. This is that path of Khanyo Tikki. It's sharp, it never was meant to be easy. It's Khanyo Tikki, Valuhu Nikki. It's thinner than a strand of hair. But Sangat Ji, if we actually embrace that sharp path, there will only but be happiness for us. Because being amongst these things, it's destroying us. It's for us to wake up. Kabir Ji Singh, Kabir Saakt Sangna Kijiye. It's not about somebody else being faithless. It's not about those songs having faithless lyrics. It's not about what people are doing there. It's about our subconscious mind gets affected And that means all these things go inside, and then we think that we're not affected because we wasn't conscious about that, you know what, it's made me feel like this, made me think like this, but it starts to have an effect. And when do we know about that effect? When it comes to decision making. That's when our true intellect will be revealed, when we actually make a decision in life of what to do. We might have been that we didn't give in and look at the beauty of another's body with these eyes, but because we've allowed all of that to go in our subconscious mind, then when it comes down to, we think it's okay, then we break another barrier. We used to think it's not okay to look, but because we get so used to being around an environment, and then it's affected our subconscious, and then what happens, Sangat Ji? And then we break that barrier, and then we think, Chal, ki ho challa, what's going to happen if I do look? I'm not actually doing anything, am I? We've just broken another barrier. But that decision that's revealed our true intellect now of making that decision of looking, but that's come from what we've allowed to go in the subconscious mind. But your own father, your own mother, not realizing the damage, might say, Pota koi nahi, it's okay. My child, it's your brother's daughter's wedding though. You've got to come to that. Not realizing they're actually saying to you, it's okay, come on. I just only want to give you a little bit of poison. You won't even know that you're drinking poison. I'm going to put some really nice sugar in it. But I am going to be helping to kill you. I'm going to be helping to kill your spiritual journey to enlightenment and to true happiness, just because I want to please society. That society that will not be standing with us when the time of death comes. That society, when those 5 thieves come to attack us like lust when we're sitting in our car and driving to work, they're not going to be able to stand by us. Chhad khadote khine mahe, within an instant they leave our side. Chhad khadote khine mahe, jinsyo laga hai, that we attached ourselves to. Bhagat Kabir ji they say that deen gawaya, dunisyon, I lost my righteous way of living, my faith. Why? Because of just this world of pleasing. They won't talk to me anymore if I don't go. And Sangat Ji, if somebody will stop talking to us just because we don't attend a party, how real is that relationship anyway? A true relationship, allow them to realize that if my mother is saying you have to be there, allow your mother to realize that, Ma, oh my mother, that I am there for you. You don't say it with your words, say in action, Mother, you know when you're there suffering in pain, that I am there by your bedside and I'm reading from my heart that Guru's Bani, Simar Sukh Pavon, Kal Kalesh Tan Mahe Mitavon, Simro Jas Bisambar Eke Naam Japat Agnat Aneke. I'm reading Sukhmani Sahib Bani, I'm getting water for you, I'm running around for you. If you need to get the shopping, I'm there getting the shopping for you. I'm actually there for you the way you need me to be there for you, not to just show the world that I'm standing amongst this environment where there's absolute poison that could actually destroy my life. Why would we take our children to such a place? Wearing the Guru's nishanya, wearing the Guru's beautiful kada, wearing the Guru's kirpan and this beautiful sa. How then are we distinct? How then are we so unique if we're doing what the rest of the world is doing? Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, Jab lag khalsa rahe niyara, tab lag tej diyo main sara. This is, I'll give you my power, I'll give you my radiance if you remain unique. Sangat Ji, we remain amongst this society by getting married, not living in a jungle. We remain amongst this society by working hard, but this life isn't only about working hard and honestly. Obviously, it's always going to be honestly. What I mean is, if we think that's all this path is about, is just working hard, no, and going to work, no, this path is about self-realization as well. And this path is about Amrit Vela. This path is about Gurbani and meditation and having self-realization and finding that true Anand Sangat Ji, living amongst the world according to Guru Nanak Padshah. It means, yes, we get married. Yes, we do have convenience like cars and clothes. We don't renounce these necessities in life. It doesn't mean that we go to these places that are full of gand, that are full of just things happening there that is going to completely pollute my mind, because it's only a saint whose mind isn't polluted. Bhagavad Kabir Ji says, save yourself. It's you that's weak. Recognize that and run, because life is short. We don't want to die whilst being in that type of place, and it's actually going into our subconscious mind, and then that is the karma that we're going to take with us to our next life. Kabir Saagat Sang na kijiye, dure jaiye bhag. Be realistic and set ourselves realistic goals and do things that actually that matter and that are going to have a meaning. Some people will say, I can go there and do Simran as well. Sangha, sometimes you can just about do Simran sitting in a Gurdwara with like-minded people, and you really think that we're going to be able to go to these type of places and remain connected with all these things that are challenging us? Yes, there might be that odd moment, something special, a miracle happens for someone, but we're not talking about those odd, special miracle moments for people. Sangha ji, Guru Sahib ji says that do Sat Sangat. Sat Sangat means, they say, go amongst the society of the holy. Mere Madhu ji Sat Sangat mile so tariya. Those are saved that find the true Sangat, the Sangat of holy people. And the truth is, these places aren't full of holy people. I know any moment, anything could change us one day. But let's look at the majority cases. These aren't going to be the places that save us. Let's not destroy our children. Let's not destroy our siblings. Let's not destroy our parents. So, basan karo parsiye, whether I know it or not, if I touch a vessel with soot, I'm bound to get some soot on me. Basan karo parsiye, tau ka chalage dag, I'm bound to be stained. So why not just keep myself away from that what is going to stain me? And this is about keeping ourselves away from those places that we actually have in our control to keep ourselves away. And it doesn't mean, well, their ego is going to get hurt, they're going to get upset. That means we have got a choice. Not having a choice is a completely different scenario. But most of these places we have got a choice. And we might think, well, we haven't. What will my manager say? What will my brother say? Sangat ji, we have got a choice in those situations. Save yourself and save others as well. So let's ask for strength. So hopefully this video will give us clarity that staying in the world means not thinking we can't get married and we have to remain celibate. We can get married. It doesn't mean we can't get a nice convenient car. It doesn't mean we can't get, clothes that are convenient. So let's embrace the true path of Guru Nanak and not drink this poison being in these places. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.